Hi Shanikas lovers, welcome back to mi casa. Tonight we are going to cook chicken alla parmigiana, but we're going to use the Siciliana sauce as our tomato based topping, which has your salami, your bacon, your olives, your chili, all the things that I love. And then for our potato, today we're going to use our chervil gnocchi again. So this will be our potato content of our dish. We're sticking away from the veggies and away from the salad. We're having like a pub meal tonight. So at this point, I've got all the utensils that I'm going to need to cook these dishes. I've gone with the biggest pot I've got. Anytime you cook pasta, always find the biggest pot. That's how your pasta doesn't stick. Then I've got a pan that I'm going to cook the schnitzels in. And then I've got a tray that I'm going to put in the oven. So now I'm just going to turn everything on. So because this is water, it's going on full boil. I'm going to turn the oven on to 180. So because there's only 4 of us in my family, I'm only going to use pretty much half of this sauce, which is 1.2 kilos, so which is about 150 grams per schnitzel. Okay, so now that I've separated the sauce, I'm going to put this cold sauce, refrigerated cold sauce, in the microwave for about 2.5 minutes. It doesn't have to be scorching hot, but if it's warm, it certainly helps. Now, whenever you're cooking schnitzels or anything, don't use olive oil because that burns. Use something that can handle extra heat, which is in our case canola oil. So I'm only going to put, I don't know, about that much. It's about 50 mils. And I'll get these, just got these at the local chicken shop. Now there's 5 schnitzels in here. I said I was feeding 4, but I need 2. So again, I've got the pan on really high heat. Now you can check that the oil is hot enough by just putting in some crumbs. If you come really close, you see how it's frying up? See, that means we are ready to go. I don't necessarily want to cook it. I just want to put colour because when I put it in the oven, that's when it will finish its cooking. The best part about now is it needs a minute. So today we are drinking some Andrew Wilkinson Rosé from the Hunter Valley. Okay, now the glass of wine can't go wrong for the assistant. That's just there for you, thanks for taking. Couple more seconds. They're not cooked all the way through, they'll be raw inside, but they're going to go in the oven for 15 minutes. It's now warm enough. I'll put a cover on it so it doesn't spit all over your microwave. So with my schnitzels, I just went into the fridge and I thought, what have I got? So I had some bocconcini, that's a cheese. I had some tasty cheese, that's more cheese. Any cheese that you like, you can put on top. I'll put the sauce on top of it. This is like a really soft cheese, it's going to melt great. Just squash it on. I'm going to put this in the oven for 10 minutes and then I'm going to finish it with the tasty a bit later on. Okay, so our water is now boiling vigorously. So I'm just going to turn it down to like a simmer. So I've just turned it down from really heavy boiling. Now again with gnocchi, don't freeze your gnocchi, okay? It lasts 10 days, should never freeze your gnocchi, it won't be nice. Okay, so this is fresh. I got this from Shanikas a couple of days ago. It's taken me a while to get around to doing this. But with COVID, all of us stuck at home, I've got plenty of time now. So straight into the water. Okay, so with the gnocchi, we're going to wait for it to naturally float to the top. That means it's cooked. Don't forget the salt like I nearly did. So I put the salt in. Now I'm just going to do a butter and sage sort of dressing for the gnocchi. See how it's a yellow? You want to go sort of caramel-like. And here's some sage leaves. Look, on special, $1.50. How cheap's that? How many serves? I've got 4 serves, so I'm going to put basically 4 leaves. So we're just melting that. The gnocchi, let's have a look how she's going. The gnocchi over here, if you have a look, come deep in, all stuck at the bottom. For now, we'll just give it a swim. This is why it's really good to have a lot of water. Now when we make the gnocchi at Shanikas, we do dress it with some olive oil to help it not stick. So you'll see on top of the water, it's got a little bit of oil. That's just so it doesn't stick when we put them all together. Okay, our butter is foaming up and getting close to that nutty colour. Looks really green actually. I think it's from the sage leaf, but it will go that caramel colour. So keep a close eye on it because you don't want to burn your butter because the whole thing's going to take shocking if that's the case. Our gnocchi's floated to the top. So she's ready to go in with our butter. So I'm just going to bring it a bit closer. So if you come real close, see how we're getting a little bit of sort of, I don't know, browning, bit of colouring. You can either toss it like me and make a mess, especially while the wife's not watching. Otherwise, just use a utensil to move it around. But you need to let it sit there, and you need that colour. That's going to be really, really nice. Now, at this stage, if you want, you can put some black pepper or some other seasonings without being salt, because it's going to have that salt, remember, that's already in the gnocchi, so I don't want to add any more salt. So I like a bit of black pepper. Looks like our 10 minutes is nearly up. We're down to a minute. Because I'm impatient, I'm going to take it out now. And I'm just going to, look at the timing, guys, look at the timing. And now I'm just going to put some tasty cheese on top. Okay, so I've put the schnitzels back in the oven for another 5 minutes, and I've turned it up to 220 degrees, so that's really hot. Look at the colour! Our dinner's ready! So it takes a few minutes to get here, so I love the brown. See how most of the butter now, if you come really, really close, is gone? Because the gnocchi, being such a thirsty thing, has drunk it all. Alright, so we're basically ready to eat. I'll see you at the dinner table. Secret to cooking is no mess. This is everything we've used. Even though the kids are going to clean it, nevertheless, no mess. That's the beauty of using the Shanikas sauces. Now it's time to eat. Okay, let's try the gnocchi first. Now, guys, buon appetito. See you soon.